All right, we're back in the shop today working on the project ZR2, and today we are going to get rid of the 60% part of this rear seat. So we're going to get this thing removed and start working on getting that Goose gear seat delete installed. Since we're only doing the 60% part, we need to get that 18 millimeter there removed, as well as that one, and then we have two more over here in the corner. Only if you have a ZR2 with leather seats, which is what this one is, do you have to remove these two T50 Torx bolts. So we'll take those out now. So we've got those four bolts or nuts off of the back and the two Torx bolts. So this thing should, yeah, there it goes, release. And then we'll just lift it out of the truck. Since we are doing a seat delete only on the 60% side, we need to remove these three 8 millimeter bolts. Right here on the 60% delete side, you've got these extrusions that outline the perimeter. So on this end, which is the short cutout, which is the back, you'll take this one and center it on there. And then this one right here will get even with the outside edge as well as that one. So that's gonna be your front standoff and then the two rear standoffs. And you'll slide those on, and you've got a 5/32 Allen screw that you'll fasten and just get those snug by hand. On the rear of the seat, you'll have these two L brackets that are going to be what helps hold the seat delete to the floor. You just want to install those loosely for now, and then we'll fully tighten those once the delete plate is in place. All right, now that we've got that assembled, we will bring the plate in the truck here and slowly let it down into place. All right, so on the rear, those L brackets will fit over the studs. And then right here across the top, we've got these three, and that's where you'll put those fasteners, the three fasteners here. So we'll have three fasteners here, two on those studs in the rear, and then we can tighten up those L brackets underneath. Right here, these M5 fasteners require a 3 millimeter Allen wrench. So you'll just snug those up. They don't need to be extremely tight. Just snug by hand. All right, our last step now is to put these cubby covers in, and they just key in on one end and then latch down. Now this plate system is finished. The next phase of this project involves us taking a little bit of a drive. When I say a little bit, I mean 1,942 miles to pick up the next addition to the ZR2 diesel truck project. But remember, previously in this video, we had the installation of the Goose gear platform, and that is now in the back. I'll show you that now. And you can see we have the ARB freezer and the Blue Eddy battery pack running that, and it's charging off of the 12-volt power supply on the back side of the center console. We're going to show you this awesome addition and maybe a little bit of a road trip video as well. Here we are in Go Fast Camper headquarters in Belgrade, Montana. We got the camper white to match the truck, and the tent as it pops up is a khaki in color. And we also opted for the additional ladder to enter the cab from the outside of the truck bed. So we're back from picking up the Go Fast camper in Montana. Got back here to my dad's house where our biggest problem was the truck would not fit in the garage. So as you can see here, the truck, you may or may not be able to tell, is slightly lower. We took the 1 1/4 inch zone leveling kit off the front of the truck, and then in the rear we removed the factory ZR2 1-inch block. It still clears the tires with plenty of room, and in the following clip you'll see just how much room it has now when it clears the garage. Let's show you how this thing sets up. So just like that, Dad has his camp set up now. So we'll show you how it goes back down. So you have the option here of a little bit of shade, a little bit of shelter around the truck. They call this cabana mode. But if you want to get in the tent, climb up here on the tailgate, and you can simply, I push this panel up in there, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. So the ceiling has like a slightly translucent appearance. It's got a couple of little vent windows over here, and then we opted for the side doors on both sides. And then of course it's got a rear window that pulls up. And they have the new mattress in this one. It's a much softer mattress, and they're 3 inches thick now instead of 2 inches thick. So on this trip, we were thinking about our sleeping arrangements, and Dad was going to be up in the tent sleeping. I was going to be like diagonally in the bed sleeping. So to prevent him from having to get down through the bed in the middle of the night to use the restroom or to change clothes or get up earlier or what have you, we decided to go ahead and get the ladder from Go Fast Campers. So it's got these cool little billet pieces. You just turn them, you push down and turn them 90 degrees. And then there's a little clasp here to undo that. And then the ladder has these two small brackets up here on the extrusions to allow it to sit in there securely. Done. One other thing on this particular model, it has the center high mount stoplight, which we did not realize that we had to connect. But inside the truck here, they've got the wires stubbed out for the camper. And then I believe on the Chevy Colorado, we've got something down in here that we pull up to connect to that. So we'll do that soon. We also had one little issue on our trip, and we'll tell you exactly what that was. So on our trip, we had a little bit of an interference issue here. Had nothing to do with the actual Go Fast camper, but it was more of a problem with the truck itself. This one was originally equipped with a sliding rear back glass, which actually stuck out about 1.25 inches past the cab. And during off-road scenarios, the truck bed here and the cab here flex independently, and it looks kind of like a little bucking bronco when the wheels are spinning and you're hopping on an off-road obstacle. So what we did, we had an issue with some glass breaking back here, and we ended up going back with a solid rear window now. So actually has increased visibility throughout the truck cab. As you can see, we can see all the way out the back of the truck, and it gives us another 1.25 inches roughly of clearance between the cab and the truck topper.